When things are going wrong, everything is challenging, you're feeling overwhelmed, and yet in the middle of that, you still need to focus, you need to write your exams, you need to do well at work. So, here's a question that we're going to answer today. How do you focus in the midst of all these life difficulties? We have all been through difficult times in life, maybe conflict at work, at home, relationship problems, financial worries, all kinds of stuff happens. In fact, I remember in my previous startup, there was a time when every single thing was going wrong. Some of our key employees were leaving, we were not getting new customers, we had money left in bank just to survive maybe like a few months, and it was immensely stressful. But in that situation, do you know what was the most important thing? The most important thing was for me to stay focused and do the right thing. In fact, you also would have faced a similar situation, probably, or you might face in future. When things are going wrong, everything is challenging, you're feeling overwhelmed, and yet in the middle of that, you still need to focus, you need to write your exams, you need to do well at work. So here's a question that we're going to answer today. How do you focus in the midst of all these life difficulties? So let's start by first understanding why is it so hard to focus when you are stressed and overwhelmed and anxious and when you are in the middle of conflicts and so on. So here is what happens. When we are in these difficult situations, our brain is perceiving a threat. When the brain perceives a threat, what does it do? It activates a very old biological response in the body, which is called the fight or flight response. So, what happens when you are in this fight or flight state? So, your body is trying to mobilize all the energy it can to fight the enemy or run away from there. And how does it do that? So, first of all, your heart rate goes up. Why? Because if you have to fight or if you have to run, your blood needs to bring in more energy, more oxygen. Okay. So your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, and you might have this tingling sensation in the skin. Why? Because now your blood supply is required by the big muscle groups like your thighs, in the legs, and so on. So blood is pulled from these peripheral organs like your fingers, skin, etc., and you might have this cold or tingling sensation. So all these things happen, but there is one other thing happens in fight or flight. What is that? When you're facing a danger, that is no time to think. You have to just act. So what our body does is it takes the thinking part of our brain. It is called the prefrontal cortex. It is here, okay? The part of the brain which is in the front here, the prefrontal cortex. This is the one of the most critical parts of our brain. Your prefrontal cortex is what makes you think and plan, and it helps you focus your attention. If you're deciding what to read and if you want to direct your attention towards a book, your prefrontal cortex is involved. But when you're in danger, there's no time to think. Your body essentially makes your prefrontal cortex go offline, which means now you cannot direct your attention to anything. That is why when you're feeling anxious, your mind is all over the place. You cannot focus on one thing. All right. So in that situation, if we have to do our job well, if we have to survive, then the first thing we have to do is, in those situations, we have to calm our body and we have to deactivate the fight or flight response. How do you do that? There are many, many techniques, but I'm going to give you just one or two. The most effective technique to deactivate your fight or flight is called progressive muscle relaxation. Okay? Progressive means step by step muscle relaxation. So what you do is you can start at the top of the body or start with your lowest part of the body. Let's say start with both your feet. And what you do is you tighten and clench the muscles. Okay? You clench the muscles and hold the tightness maybe like for 10 seconds and then release them. And when you tighten your muscles in your body one by one and release, what happens? Your body will feel a sense of relaxation. And that sends a signal to your brain. Your brain gets a signal that, you know what? The body is relaxed, which means everything is okay. There is no danger. You can calm down. And for this progressive muscle relaxation, I can drop a link to a recording in the description. You can refer to it, or you can check on internet. You'll find a lot of guided sessions. You can follow any of them. It'll take 15-20 minutes maximum. And in that, your body is calmed down and your stress is totally gone in most cases. An alternative to this is you can go for a run or do some vigorous exercise. How does that help? When we are stressed, remember, what is our body doing? Our body has essentially mobilized all that energy. And when we do not use that energy, what happens? It makes us agitated. Sometimes you must have seen people, or even you might have experienced, you start trembling. Why is that? Because there's so much energy, now your body cannot handle it. So when you go for a run or go for some exercise, again, it dissipates that energy and now you can calm down. But if you're in the middle of your work or something, it might not be possible to do this exercise, to go for a run or anything. But progressive muscle relaxation, even if you sit in a corner in the office, you can even spend 5-10 minutes and do it. Okay, so this is one quick way to calm your body and to deactivate your fight or flight system. If none of this is possible, just do some slow deep breathing for like 5 minutes, slow in breath and slow out breath. And as you breathe in, let your belly rise. When you breathe out, let your belly fall. So we call it belly breathing. Do that for a few minutes. That also is very effective. Now, you have calmed down your fight or flight system. But that's not enough. Even after that, in your mind, there still might be a lot of thoughts running. This problem, that problem, why did that guy say to me? Oh, I should have said something there, or I should take some action, I should take revenge. All kinds of thoughts may come. So now we need to give them an outlet. And journaling is a fantastic and perfect mechanism for that. So what I would like you to do is take a notebook, and whatever thoughts are troubling you, thoughts, worries, anything that is bothering you, maybe overwhelmed with like so many tasks, so much stuff to do, write it, put it all down on paper in your journal. If you have any emotions, express them, let them go. Once you put these things down on a piece of paper, now you'll feel calmer. All those thoughts and worries, they are out on a piece of paper. Next step is acceptance. And this is not easy, but this is critical. When you are in a conflict, you often feel wronged, you feel angry, and as long as you're feeling angry and agitated, once again, you will not be able to focus. So you have to first accept whatever is there in your life right now. It is already there. You cannot change it. You can change what will happen tomorrow. What happens next week. You can change your future, but you cannot change your past. You cannot change your present as it is. So life already has happened, and get yourself to accept what you cannot change. Now, this may take a couple of sessions. You write in your journal a couple of times and ask yourself to, let go and accept. And once you're able to let go and accept it, then now your mind is calmer. Next, I want to give you 2 exercises. You can do either of them or both. First is what we call gratitude. So as part of journaling itself, you can ask yourself this question: what am I grateful for in my life? It could be things like maybe your health, something nice happened to you, you have a nice family. It could be a bunch of things. Could be something small, some small event which made you feel good, or could be something big. Could be things that you just take for granted. And when you write these things, think about, why are those good things happening to you? Is some person behind it, or maybe in your view, God has given you a gift? If so, take that time to express your gratitude to that person or to God or to whoever is giving you that benefit. Okay, gratitude can be done in just about 5 minutes, and once again, it'll help you feel calmer. It'll make you feel more positive, and the anger and the edge of those emotions will be gone. Another exercise is what is called loving kindness meditation. In this meditation, you send unconditional good wishes to everybody. You start by giving those good wishes as a gift to yourself, and then to somebody whom you really like or for whom you have positive emotions naturally. Then you go to a neutral person, and then you go to a person for whom you feel some hostility or whom you don't like. So as an example, if you are having conflict with a person, if you start giving good wishes to them, naturally your anger will cool down, and now you are in much better control. Remember, when we say send good wishes, we are not saying that somebody else's bad actions or wrong actions are forgiven. That's not the point. What we are saying is we are not holding that anger in ourselves. We are not burdening ourselves with that. Now, for loving kindness meditation, if you have never done it, you will need some guidance. So you can search on YouTube for loving kindness meditation. I have found that Sharon Salzberg, she's a meditation teacher in the US. Her loving kindness meditation guidance is very, very good. So you can search for that. All right. So these are the options that I've given. You don't have to do all of them, but I would say one activity to calm your body, possibly progressive muscle relaxation and journaling. At least If you can do those two things, after that, you will feel much more in control. So now your body's fight or flight system is deactivated. Hopefully, the thoughts in your head, the worries, and all these things that were troubling you, those things have calmed down. And now you can focus and do something. So, do what? Here's my recommendation: pick one task, something which hopefully is not very challenging, maybe something which you can do probably in half an hour, maybe 1 hour. And sometimes you don't have a choice. Maybe you have something which will take a long time. That's okay too. Pick a task, maybe set yourself a goal. I'm going to work on this for an hour, and then set your timer. And with a calm mind, do that thing and finish that task, or finish at least a portion of it that you set for yourself. Why? Because once you finish, now you will have a sense of achievement, and that sense of achievement will cause a release of dopamine. You'll feel more motivated, and then you can go and do the next thing. All right. So, this is a step by step process for deactivating your fight or flight, creating positive emotions, and then using all that to perform one task, and then with that motivation, move forward in life. That is how you can focus on the most important things in your life, even in the most difficult situations. If you found this video useful, I request you to subscribe to this channel, because we'll be releasing a lot of these kind of videos helping you with these problems that you face in daily life. So thank you again for watching this, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.